So, in this verse, the meaning of this verse is, O Lord Jagannatha, Sri Jagannatha, O Lord of the universe. Jagannath means Lord of the universe. O crest jewel of the city of Jagannath Puri. O Supreme Person whose Daru Brahman, the word Daru means wood. O Supreme Person whose form is spiritual, although it appears to be made of wood. Ghana Shama, whose complexion is like that of a dark rain cloud. Prasida, please be merciful unto me, O Purushottama. Quite often, this deity of Lord Jagannath has been a mystery to many people around the world. They think this is just like a form of wood. This is what they call as pagan worship. Just take some form and then carve him and make something. It looks like some aborigines are worshipping him. What does it look like? Even the eyes don't look like human eyes. It doesn't mean anything in terms of what we have naturally seen in the paintings of even Krishna. So it seems to be so primitive, etc. And yet there is deep significance. We learn as we go through this verse and a few other verses for the next 1 to 2 weeks. If you see the eyes, there's a reddish border around the eyes. The face, if you see, there's the nose, which is in a particular fashion here. But then, what is the history behind it, and why are people of vast tract of land, especially from Bengal to Orissa, worshipping him in this way? And now, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, across the world, people are worshipping the deities of Lord Jagannath. And there's a particular, very interesting aspect to it. And more so for the followers of Chaitanya, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Puri for almost 18 years or a little more than that. So let's go with the history of this Jagannath Puri Kshetra. This history, it goes back to the time of Swarochisha Manu. We are right now in Vaivasvata Manu as time. That is, we discussed long ago during our discussions in the Bhagavad Gita that a day of Brahma has 14 Manus who will rule over the entire creation. So a day of Brahma is almost like, I think, a trillion years or so. We will come back to those numbers. So if we are right now in the seventh Manu, and this happened in the second Manu. So it's several million years ago, the history of this place, like how the appearance of Lord Jagannath happened, Lord Jagannath manifested, came about. So during the period of the second Manu, there was a king by name Indradyumna. And prior to this, even this king being present, there occurred a pastime which glorified this place, which is of Puri, as Neelachala Kshetra. Many of you, or some of you, may know of a great sage by the name of Markandeya. Markandeya had received a boon that for 7 days of Lord Brahma, 7 days, which is like many trillions of years, for 7 days of Lord Brahma, he would remain alive and he would see the different pastimes associated with the Supreme Lord, and he will be able to relish the path of bhakti within this material world. Now, what happens is between one day of Brahma to the next day of Brahma, there is a night. And during the night, the whole world is inundated with water. At least this earthly planet is inundated with water. And there are other realms, which is the Atala, Vitala, Sutala, many other lokas, Thalas, etc. And there is this causal ocean, which is below all of these lokas, that inundates all of these lokas. We are not even, I mean, modern day scientists have not even looked at it as yet. They have no idea about this causal ocean as yet. At that time, Markandeya Rishi was floating in the waves of this ocean. He didn't die because he had got this boon. It's not like he was a great swimmer or anything, but he was bestowed with that benediction. And as he was swimming across, he came to a place which seemed to have a special potency. He saw that everywhere everything was inundated, but there was this one place where there was a big banyan tree. So he got a voice which said, "Go to the banyan tree, and you will see form of Krishna there." and he saw the form of Krishna. So he went to the banyan tree and he saw Krishna as a small child. And this is captured very well in a very famous verse, which says, Karara vindena padara vindam mukhara vinde viniveshayantam vatasya patrasya pute shayanam balam mukundam manasasmarami. With his lotus-like hands, Krishna, as a small young child, took his lotus-like foot, a small, lotus means it's so tender, a tender, soft, attractive lotus-like foot, and put it in his lotus-like mouth. And that darshan of the Supreme Lord was what Markandeya Rishi had on top of the tree. And then when he saw within the mouth of that Krishna, the entire universe existed. And because there was this vast devastation, this water overflowing everywhere, huge winds, he took shelter within the mouth of Lord Krishna. There. And later it was foretold that this place will again be established to its own, re-established to its own glory. In the sense that this place, even at the time of destruction of the entire world, will not be destroyed. So it so happened that after the waters receded, when the day of Brahma occurred, the second Manu's time period, Swarochisha Manu, there was a king by the name of Indradyumna. And in that Indradyumna, in that king's palace, once a very great ascetic came and spoke about the greatness of this holy place of Nilachal Dham. And the king was very intrigued. He wanted to go there. So kings don't go directly to the holy places first. They first send somebody to do a reconnaissance, like go and make the necessary arrangements, because the king would go along with an entire entourage of elephants, horses, ministers, servants, etc. So he asked this minister to make the arrangements. The minister had a brother, Vidyapati. That Vidyapati, who was the minister's brother, was given the task of going to this Nilachal Kshetra. So when he went to this Nilachal Kshetra, he first of all, what was told about them is that there is a deity who is called as Neela Madhav. Neela Mani, which some of you may know, is a sapphire. Sapphire gem is called as Neela Mani. So the deity was made of this Neelamani. His complexion and everything was made of this Neelamani, and it's a form of Lord Krishna over there. And Vidyapati went to this place to see this deity form. But when he did go there, it so happened that he couldn't find this deity at all. And so nearby, there was a camp or a place where some Shabaras were staying. A Shabara, even now, are members of the hunter community who hunt pigs. And these Shabaras were actually the ones who were worshipping Neela Madhav there. It was so you normally you don't associate people like an aborigine or a hunter class community to worship the most superlative form of the deity in the entire world. But it was these Shabaras who were worshipping. Very strange, isn't it? And so this Vidyapati went and asked the Shabara, do you know where this deity is? And Vidyapati said, oh my God, why are you asking this question? He said, oh, I'm a minister, I'm a representative of King Indradyumna, and he wants to visit this deity, and so I have come here. And then he put this Shabara king, Vishwavasu was his name. He immediately put his hand on his head and said, oh my God. First, I knew when you asked the question itself, I felt something, but now you have asked this question, my life has become unfortunate. What happened? Vidyapati asked. And this Shabara, that he was the leader of the Shabaras, the pig hunters, so to say, or the wild pig hunters. He said, I had known that when a king by name Indradyumna would come to visit this place, this entire place would be covered by sand and this deity will vanish. That's what I've heard. And now that I'm hearing it from you, I'm very much afraid of what's going to happen. But then Vidyapati persisted, said, I don't think that would happen. It's just a king visiting a deity. What's there to happen like that? Can you please show me the deity? So then finally, Vishwavasu relented and said, okay, on one condition, I will close your eyes and then I will take you there. I will not show you the path to where the deity is present. You have to close your eyes and then move forward. So then what happened after this? We'll continue further because it's very crucial to understand this appearance of Lord Jagannath in a particular form and why he's worshipped. We'll continue this tomorrow. Okay? Thank you very much.